Hello friends, and welcome back to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to do a little sewing and chit-chatting, really catching up. So friends, what I am working on today is the block 9. I don't know. I don't remember, guys. I have so much going on that I have to step back and look again. It is block 9. Of the Yuletide Sampler 2. So today what I'm doing is catching up where I should have already got. Last time we all came together on Friday, I'm using my K. This is my K fabric and this is my H fabric. Now I will use this one as well with the K fabric. So let's get into this. We are going to make 8. It says only make 8. I've got more than 8 blocks, I think. I do. I have more than 8. So let me double check and make sure I didn't overcut. This may be for each block. Yeah, it says make 16 of them. So it says make 8. And I'm thinking that's for one block. No, because if we make 8, that's 2 blocks. I don't know why I needed 16 of these. But I have 8 pulled out. And we'll just set these other 8 to the side. And then we are going to take these 8 squares and put on the left side, and we're going to sew from top right to bottom left along that center line. So friends, I am using my laser light. I'm lining up my points, and what I will do is sew right on that line. And like I said, we're making 8 of these. Staying on that center line. I hear my needle sounding like I need to replace it. That's a little strange. But if I need to, I will. I have done a lot of sewing this past weekend. This is the first time I am back in my sewing room to sew since Saturday. And it is Tuesday night. I did spend a whole day in my house, working on my house. I'm trying to get things organized from where I am, I'm acquiring things from my aunt's house. I'm actually getting rid of some of my own furniture to take in her furniture because it is family furniture, things like that. So, and I took in some stuff from my sister's house as well. I'm going to have me a little seating area in my bedroom. I currently have a seating area in my bedroom. It's a little round table with a little chair that is very hard for me to get in and out of. And she has a cute little wicker bench that she had in her room. It's actually an outdoor bench, but I'm going to put it in my bedroom. She had it in her sewing room. I was going to put it back here behind me. It's not going to fit back there because it is wider, front to back than the little thing I have back here. I actually want to get that kind of cleaned off back there so I can just keep my current going projects. I have some bins that have project, like the mini charm bags back here that I'm going to be putting on this utility shelf that I have not been able to get to clean off and organize it because my main focus, friends, this weekend or that one day I did do a little work in my garden. I still have some stuff to plant out, which reminds me I do need to pull my seed box out because I want to plant flowers in most of my beds out there because I want to bring the pollinators. Because the more pollinators you have, the better it is for cucumbers. So I want to get them all started growing at the same time. If I get them all growing at the same time, maybe I'll have flowers about the time my cucumbers start flowering. Yeah, it sounds like I'm going to need to change that needle. After I get this done, I will do that. Not while I'm recording, though. But this weekend I did 3 loads of laundry. And friends, for me, that's a accomplishment because I am one of those that as long as they're clean, they may end up staying in the clothes basket. I have been known to leave them in the dryer because it's just me. I got all the laundry washed, dried, folded, put away. And now, then I got like 2 loads of dishes done. And those were like big pans. That's why it was 2 loads, because it was big pans. Okay, so now we're going to take our red rectangle and put on that K-block. And we're going to sew from top left to bottom right. And I never do good with this because it is so hard for me. But as long as I keep that under point on there, that's the hard part for me. So we're making 8 of this one as well. And we, like I said, we're putting this one on the right side. But this is just catching me up on that Yuletide sampler 2, where I've just got a little bit behind there. And it's going to be short. I mean, this is going to be a very short video because all I'm doing is these 2. And then what I'll do from that is I'll trim, press, and then put the 2 together to make a block. And this will have me caught up with where Tammy and Alicia are on their blocks. It seems like I'm running behind all the time, but that's okay. Friends, we are starting in November a new sew along that we're going to be doing. It is a Jacqueline de Jong. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. If I'm not, I'm so sorry. But we're all going to be doing something from her, I think it's Be Colorful collection. I think that's what it's called. It is foundation paper piecing. And friends, there's something for everyone there because I did not think that, I mean, her patterns are beautiful, but I never really thought it was something that I would be drawn to. I mean, I'm intimidated by them, number one. But I started researching and looking at some of her stuff, and I did find one that I absolutely just love. Now, I do need to up my skill set, and I'm hoping that's what this does. I have done FPP projects in the past, but they've been small projects. They've not been a quilt. You know, I've done like little, what are they called? Mini quilts. I've done the mini quilts. I better make sure I'm not overdoing, because I think it told me to cut 16 of these as well. So we only cut 8 of this one. So we cut the right amount of the rectangles, just not the squares. But I'm really excited. I've got it on my watch list, so when I'm hoping it goes on sale. I think the one I found is on Etsy. And I'm just going to buy it as a kit. Because that way, I mean, I won't have to cut all the fabric. That's the worst part for me because I'm just awful at cutting the fabric. Like right now, I have my fabrics for the green part of this that we will be doing Friday. And I have not cut it. I pulled it out and I had to figure out which color, which one I was using it for because it's been so long since I looked at it. Got to get this lined up a little bit better here. There we go. But we are just putting these together, sewing it from top left to bottom right. I'm having to double check myself and make sure because I'm like, before I go cutting and trimming, I need to make sure that was right. I have been known to sew it the wrong direction, friends. We are not perfection here. All things can be fixed if you double check it before you cut it. I double check everything before I cut. And what I was telling you guys about my laser light, I am using that. If you are interested in, checking it out, I have a link down in the description. Not necessary that you purchase one, but it's there for your information if you want to look at it and see what it's all about. But if you do purchase it through my link, I do receive a small commission. And when I say small, I mean pennies on the dollar, which is okay because anything helps. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I have all of these sewn from point to point. I'm going to cut them apart. Then I am going to trim, trim the excess off. And then I will press them and we will be right back. Okay, friends, we are back with our pieces here that we just did. And what we are going to do, it looks like I need to take these blocks and we're going to make sure they're all turned the same direction. And we will sew this piece to the right side of those blocks. So what I'm going to do, take my block, put it up here. I am going to pin at the top and at the bottom, and then line anything up that needs to be lined up on the seams there. And then we are just going to get this under that needle. Now, friends, I know I don't have to say this all the time, but we're sewing everything at 1/4 inch. Most patterns tell you 1/4 inch unless otherwise notated. And this one is no different. So what we are doing though is making 8 of these blocks. And what we'll do is take the other piece and sew it to the bottom of both of these. So what we'll do is press this out once I have all 8 of them done. And once I have it pressed out, we will then sew the other piece to the bottom. Should be pretty short and simple, huh? It does take a little bit to cut these apart, trim, and press. But you got no, guys, that's a necessary evil. I have seen some people that do not press their, as they're sewing, they don't press their pieces. I do press because I like my seams to be flatter. It just, to me, lays better if it is pressed. But like I said, I've seen people that don't press and their stuff turns out perfectly fine as well. So friends, how are y'all doing today? Like, it is Tuesday night here as I am recording. The weather is being overcast. We had a little sprinkle earlier today. When I went to my chiropractor appointment, it sprinkled on me going, and it sprinkled while I was there. But when I came out, it was bright, sunshiny. And then tonight, I took my dad and stepmother out to eat dinner. I just got in the truck and we just drove, and we did not know this, but there is a Denny's locally now. It's in Monroe, Louisiana. We've had one in West Monroe, but not in Monroe, which, oh, we are so excited to have that one in Monroe, because now we don't have to go over the river to get into West Monroe, because the one in West Monroe is literally almost a 45-minute drive, 45-minute drive for us. And the one that we went to tonight, I'm going to say probably 30 minutes because of traffic. Because you have to take interstate and then you have to take another major highway. When we went, it was a lot of traffic. The food was good as always. We do like a good Denny's. My dad and stepmom, they like the chicken fried steak. And which it is good. I'm not going to tell a story and say it's not good. But I'm trying to not eat potatoes and gravy and all that, because I've already did my bad for the day. When I got out of my chiropractic appointment, I was hungry for lunch. So I was like, I'm going to test McDonald's and see what it does to my blood sugar. Well, guys, I have just had a craving for a Coke. Yeah, I'm not going to make any qualms about it. Coke, sodas are addictions. They are. And I am addicted to Coca-Cola. Very bad addicted to it. So I went to McDonald's. I got me the filet of fish. I get it with no cheese. I don't think cheese should be on fish. But I got it with no cheese, and I got it with a Coke. I got the fries and the Coke. Well, I ate the fries. The fries, y'all, the fries aren't how they used to be. So I don't have to worry about that with fries. And the funny thing is, fries is like my favorite food. When I was in high school, oh, I'm telling you, I could eat a bag, one of them big old 3-pound bags of fries, crinkle cut fries. I could eat that in a week just by myself. I loved French fries. And I was no bigger than a beanpole. I mean, I was thin. I might have weighed 100 pounds soaking wet. But I was very active in high school. I cheered. Let's see, what else did I do in high? Our church group played volleyball on the weekends. I rode horses. We did trail rides almost every weekend. Just overall, and I was the only girl in our area, so the boys, they'd always go outside and play football. Well, I didn't have nobody else to hang around with, so I'd go out there and play football with them too. So I was always running, always active. I mean, always doing something. But I could eat a whole bag of French fries, and it caught up with me. All of those things caught up with me and contributed to, the bad bones and everything else. But so did my diet because, you know, I wasn't getting the right nutrition for my bones. It's all neither here nor there now. I mean, it's what's happened has happened. No way to erase it and reverse it. It just is what it is. You live and learn. Us Gen Xers now, you know, you can always tell the kids that had a good childhood because we got cricks and cracks and everything else. We snap, crackle, and pop when we move. Got bad. Oh, just hit that needle. Well, friends, 1 second. I got to get a needle out of here. Okay, friends, I got that fixed now. That was bound to happen. Bound to happen. And you would know it was on the one right before the very last one here. So we are running at about 40 minutes right now. I think I can get these done. Now, if I could just make sure to not hit one of these pins. Got to sit that back up there. Okay, so now I have all of these sewn together. What I'm going to do is trim them apart, press them, and then we will sew this other rectangle on these 8 blocks that we're making. And we are back with those started. So now what we do is we take that top, that's going to be a row for us now. And we are going to pin at each edge. And friends, I tried to make sure everything lined up, and I don't know how it did it, but everything just came together perfectly. Now, this may not come together so much perfectly, but we're going to try. Going to put it at that 1/4 of an inch and get that foot down. Making sure I don't hit that pin, friends, because, boy, that was a mess. So here we are again on our second one. We only have 8 of these to do. Let me make sure. Oh, I think I did it wrong. I did that one wrong. I need to put the red on that end. I did it the wrong direction, friends. That's okay. Once I get this one on there, I'll take the other one off and redo it. So see, I'm not perfect. Definitely not perfect. If anything that I show you is how you can fix mistakes. We all make them. What I'm going to do is take this one off because let me show you what I did, friends. I put the red on the wrong side. It's supposed to be over here. I'm going to lay this over here to fix that, which means I need to turn my fabrics, my little blocks, because it just, if I have them laid over here the way they need to lay, it just makes it easier for me. And you'll see I'm just pinning both ends so they're even. We won't even. And then I'm pinning where these seams come together right here. Make sure that seam under there is lay in the right direction. We don't want to sew it the wrong direction. But we are getting them done. I'm catching up, friends. Catching up. I'm so excited to be catching up. I don't know if this was how far we went, but I'm saving the green to my last session because I know I'm going to be slow. But we're also on our last session going to be assembling the block. So we've got a lot to do in the last session because, and I'm going to say this, because we've got flying geese to do. And those are not my favorites, but getting a lot of practice in. Practice, I'm not going to say makes perfect, it just makes it easier. So we're 4 down and 4 to go. But friends, I'm going to continue to pin on both ends and pin where those seams come together to make sure they're matching up. And then I will bring you guys right back as soon as I am done so you can see what the finished product is looking like. Okay, friends, and we are back. This is our corner piece for our block. I have all 8 of them done. Yay! So we are done steps 1 through 6. I don't know if that is how far Tammy and Alicia got when we were sewing together, but I know this is going to be a better place for me to be to kind of stay caught up with them when we go assembling the blocks because, friends, we're going to be doing 8 halves. Well, let's see. We'll be doing 8 flying geese, 6. Oh, Lord. We'll be doing 24 flying geese when we come together Friday. So, friends, I hope y'all come and check us out Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time over at The Siberian Wind. Her link is down in the description if you'd like to join us Friday evening to finish the second part of this block. This is block 9 of the Yuletide Sampler 2. This has been a very nice sew along. I have bound my book so I don't lose the pages, but this is the book. It comes completely loose, so when you buy this, you're just gonna get the pages without the binding on it. I just like to bind it to keep it all together. So, friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this. Give me a thumbs up if you like little sew-alongs. If you have not yet subscribed, please click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing that we have going on. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, friends.